In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to identify the action that's causing a 400 error in Mailchimp. Let's dive deeply into each step so you can easily follow along and tackle this issue confidently. To kick things off, you'll want to check for any invalid or missing data in your request, especially if you're making API calls. This step is crucial because a 400 error often indicates something wrong with the information you're sending. Double check everything carefully. Look for any overlooked typos or fields you might have forgotten to fill out, as they can easily cause issues. All requests should have the necessary data before proceeding. Once you've reviewed your data for errors, ensure that each field and required parameter is correctly formatted. It's fairly common for errors to pop up from misformatted dates, numbers, or other data types. Make sure each field is filled out with the expected data type and format. For instance, if a field requires a date, ensure it follows the prescribed date format specified in the API documentation. A little attention to these details can save a lot of headaches down the road. Next, take a moment to review Mailchimp's API documentation for correct usage. It's a great resource that details how to structure your API calls correctly and provides examples that can be incredibly useful. Familiarizing yourself with this information can also help you spot where things might be going wrong in your current setup. Investing time in this step can deepen your understanding of Mailchimp's processes, making it easier to avoid similar issues in the future. If you've identified any inconsistencies in data or formatting, go ahead and correct them. Once that's done, retry the action. Don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away. Reiterating your steps could uncover any lingering problems and help ensure your request is being processed correctly. Lastly, if the issue persists after all these steps, it might be time to contact Mailchimp support. Their support team can often diagnose more intricate issues that might not be evident from the documentation or your current knowledge level. When reaching out, be sure to provide specific details about your issue, including any error messages you might have received and the steps you've already taken to resolve it. This information can expedite the troubleshooting process and lead to a quicker solution. And there you have it. By following these steps, you can methodically pinpoint and resolve the action causing that pesky 400 error in Mailchimp. As you practice these techniques, you'll gain more confidence in managing and troubleshooting similar errors in the future. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this guide helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials like this.